All right, let's take a look at the Serenity deck and Loft 19. This is on Carnival Jubilee, but it's basically the same on all of the XL class ships. So Mardi Gras and Celebration will be the same. Serenity, front of deck 18, Loft 19, not surprisingly on deck 19, right above it. So let's walk you around the Serenity deck first. This is early in the morning, so not all chairs are out and put up properly, but it will give you a much better idea of the space when there's not a lot of people there, I believe. There is a hot tub right there. There's one on the opposite side as well. That is the entrance to Loft 19, but we will come back to that after we have gone around here. So you're going to walk all the way down here and you'll see plenty of chairs in the shade, plenty of chairs in the open sun, so you can take your choice. It's a very large Serenity area, but there are a lot of people on this ship and it does get very popular. There are some day beds like that dispersed around. This is the main kind of central area. You have your salad bar there on sea days only. And there is your actual bar. It does get very crowded. It's not the largest bar. There's a little seating area there and then a pool just beyond it. And some extra seating here and on the opposite side as well. So as you can see, plenty of seating. I have never seen it completely full, but it does get busy. I'm going to go all the way around to the front. More shaded areas there. I guess there's less shaded areas than sun areas, so if you are more interested in the shade, probably a good idea to come up here earlier. But don't be a towel hog, or you'll have me to deal with. The chairs here. And we're at the very front of the ship now. Deck 18, as I said. Some more day beds and sunbeds. And more shaded areas back there as well. So as you can see, as I said, it's a very large Serenity deck area. A few more beds there that are more in the sun. We're on the opposite side of the ship now. Lots of space for lots of people. One person's out. The staff putting the beds up. You see they were all flat before. The staff are walking around now just putting the beds up. So in about an hour or so they'll all be up. Towel area there, and there's the other hot tub I was telling you about. So one hot tub on either side, and there is the exit. So one big loop of the Serenity deck we just showed you. Now this is not the Serenity deck, so there are chairs fairly close. We could have kids. Just a few pictures of the area, then we're going to show you Loft 19. All right, this is the entrance to Loft 19. Again, this is Carnival Jubilee. It's on deck 19, shockingly, but it's going to be the same on Mardi Gras and Celebration. These lounges are free to those with suites. The ones with the blue ends are part of the cabanas. As I understand it, you still cannot get a day pass for the lounges if you are not in suites. It's for suites only, but you can purchase a cabana, $250 a day when you're in port, $500 on sea days. This is as of May 2025, so prices can always change. So again, as you look around, those blue ends, part of the cabana, ones like this with nothing on the end, regular sun lounges for any suite guest to use for no charge. But cabanas, anybody, as I understand it, can do. You can also buy a week-long pass. They sell them in advance on carnival.com very often. But I wouldn't recommend that because that means you've got to be there every day of the week. And that means you're never going ashore. And what if it rains? Blah, blah, blah. So I don't think that's great value, but that's just me. You do you. There we are looking down at the Serenity area from up above. There's the pool and the bar. And you'll notice that pool on the top there, the blue. You can see into that from below. We'll get to that in a second. But we'll continue walking around here. Again, these are all sun lounges. The crew are just finishing putting them out. I come up here super early so I can try and get it before they open so it doesn't look too busy, but they are going to put more around the front there. And there are some chairs there and sofa areas you can sit on. Obviously, that one's not going to be there. That's going to be up against the edge. But I try not to interrupt them if I can, because I know how hard they are working. And here are some more cabanas. Those chairs on the side there will be the equivalent of the ones on the other side that are extra, but they're on the side, so they're kind of a bit out the way. You can pull them forward, obviously, but yeah, maybe the other ones are slightly better than those three. Although those three have less traffic going around them. So I don't know, it depends how many people there are in the cabana. Walking around here. Now, remember what I said, you can see into that pool area there. You can just about see it there. And pools can sometimes be like optical illusions. You jump in there and you sit in front of that window. You're looking up from Serenity. All I'm going to say is you can look bigger than you actually are. And I'm going to leave it there. So maybe don't sit right up against the edge there unless you want to, I don't know, scare people. Is that a bad way of putting it? I don't know. Nice shower there. I would certainly scare them. More lounges there. Again, without the blue on the end, the regular sun loungers, the blue on the end there indicates they're part of the cabana. So unless you rented the cabana, you cannot sit in those. But these cabanas are a decent size. You don't get too much extra with them though. You get some waters, maybe some fruit, and there's a menu you can order from that I'll show you at the very end of this video. But other than that, not a great deal. So we've just done pretty much a complete circle. We're coming back up to the main entrance. I'm not sure why anybody would want to sit in these chairs, but they're there. They're a little bit, I don't know, not perfect positioning, shall we say. So there we are. That's the end of the little tour of Loft 19. It's a decent size though. Again, suites only. Maybe they'll do passes one day. They haven't done them as yet for non-suite people, but you can rent a cabana if you are not in a suite. First come, first served. Here are a few pictures. And then when we run through these, I will show you the menu that you can get, that you can order from, no charge. Coming up any second now. There's one. There's part one. I just cut the picture in two. It's one big menu, but it's hard to read it all in one go. So that's the first part. And this is the second part. So that's what you can order from. So that concludes my tour, Serenity and Loft 19 on XL class ships. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that bell, and you'll get notifications when new videos come out. And don't forget, click on the links to the left and right of me. You can watch playlists, new video suggestions, and more. Any questions? Email me, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. And don't forget, I'm a travel agent. Email for help.